What's up, guys? It's Carson here, and this is my cell analogy project where I'm comparing a cell with a computer. So the cell wall is the case for the computer. You can see it on screen right now. And the case protects all of the parts in the computer, just like the cell wall protects all the organelles. The cell membrane of computer would be its fans, because the fans allow air to flow in, just like the cell membrane allows other substances to travel through the cell wall. Now, the nucleus is actually the user, because the user tells the computer what to do, and without the user, the computer could not function. It would have nothing to do. It would just turn on and sit there and wait. And the nucleus, the cell without the nucleus would not be able to function. It would not be able to do anything. The nuclear membrane, it separates the nucleus from the rest of the cell, so I just said that it was the display monitor because it allows information to travel from the rest of the computer to the nucleus. Up next is the chromatin, which I said was the central processing unit, or CPU. It does most of the computing, gathering, and modifying of information, just like the chromatin controls all the chemicals and technically what would be information in the computer of the cell. And then there's cytoplasm, which is the air, which, one, fills the remaining parts of the cell, and two, it protects the rest of the computer from overheating, just like the cytoplasm. Next up is mitochondria, which pretty obviously is the power supply, because it provides electricity to the rest of the computer, allowing it to function, just like the mitochondria provides the rest of the cell with energy to operate. Next is the vacuole, or the hard drive, or an SSD if you're into that. It contains all the extra information. It's just like a storage facility, just like the vacuole it stores materials for later use in the cell. Next is ribosomes, which I said was random access memory, or RAM, which is mostly used for short-term data to be interpreted quickly and for fast use, just like ribosomes interpret and use the blueprints. Next is the endoplasmic reticulum, which is the display ports, which moves data from the motherboard to the screen that you're seeing when you use a computer, because it interprets all the data and stuff, just like endoplasmic reticulum transports information through the cell. The Golgi body would be the motherboard in a computer, because this directs information and transports it between the different parts of a computer, just like the Golgi bodies transport and tell where all the nutrients and stuff needs to go. Next is the lysosomes, which I said was the USB ports, which the lysosomes assess and take in the cell wall, and they allow some transport between it, just like the USB allows for some transport between the outside information and the inside of the computer. Next is chloroplasts, which I said was power cords, because it's another unit that provides electricity, because without power cords, cells like the computer would not all the electricity would have nowhere to go. Yeah, chromosomes is the user input, which contains all the information going to be used by the computer, just like the chromosomes contain DNA for reproduction and all that good stuff. The cytoskeleton is the frame of the computer, which holds all the parts in place, just like the cytoskeleton holds all the parts of the cell in place. Up next is cilia, which is very similar to flagella, which is the ports. Cilia is the ports, not to be confused with flagella. Cilia, ports, converts information and moves it around, just like cilia moves materials and stuff. Flagella, it's wires and lanes. Lanes are found on the motherboard normally. They can be found other places, but they do the exact same thing as cilia. Up next is the centroid, which is the video RAM which is RAM that is used specifically for video processing, which divides information for quick use in a specific area, just like the centroid divides parts of the cell for reproduction. Next up is the chromosomes, which contain information